What's up, guys? It's me again at Private Wealth Trading Clients, and I'm your girl, Gift Ngosi, your mentor. So, I'm at the charts right now, and we just had a very big NFP trade, very huge move. It was like 400 pip move, and everything just worked out so well. If you guys looked at my previous video where I did a forecast of analysis of US30 for the week, I did say that price for me was going to be a buy, all right? And even though we are stuck in a consolidation, all right, even though we are stuck in a consolidation in this area, I did say this is my point of interest, my area of interest, and unfortunately we couldn't break this area of interest like I had predicted for the week. All right, but just go back to that video and catch up on a bit. Just go back to that video and just catch up and see what I had actually prepared for the week. What I had actually prepared was for price to break out, retest, and hit these areas of liquidity, or if price would actually um break all these support levels, retest, and continue selling. But price should just be consolidating for the week. All right, and in my thoughts are that it was just consolidating for the week to prepare for NFP. So like on Monday, Tuesday, I got in some trades on US30 and made profits on those. But this week, what I want to focus on today is the NFP move that I had caught for today. Now, today, this NFP trade was very tricky. It wasn't honestly easy at all. But with good psychology, we got through it. So, and in this video, I'm also going to teach you guys how to use Fibonacci properly. Okay, this is something I also taught in my previous video, but I want to emphasize it more in this video again. Okay, so if we just had to go back for a bit, let me just remove all these. All right, so what had happened was we had this major support zone. Okay, this major support zone. All right, for the whole entire week. All right, um what was happening is price was consolidating this area. This is our area of interest. It was consolidating. And I had thought that what price was gonna do was gonna break out, okay, break out of this area, come back for a retest, then continue to the upside. But then price continued selling. All right. And ADX has also been showing us that price has just been in a consolidation. All right, so how to use ADX is if price is above, okay, this 30 this 30 line right over here, this line over here. If price is above that, it is showing that we're in a trend. If price is below, it is showing that we're in a consolidation. And if you look at the charts, that is what we're in right now. We are in a massive consolidation. We've just been consolidating for the whole entire week, and you failed to break structure. All right. But if you take a look over here, we had a very strong support for the week. So that is why I had prepared to buy for the whole entire week, because I see this very strong support zone. All right. And so then as we're buying for the week, when I analyzed my charts for NFP today, I still saw that price was consolidating. Okay. And I then started setting up a trade for NFP. All right. So what we could analyze over here is we had this trend line, this right line over here. If I could just go to a bigger time frame. Okay. So we had this trend line right over here. Okay. And what price had done is it had broke out on this trend line, right? And retested on this resistance we had set over here, and it had retested this trend line. So that was a confirmation for a selling move for NFP, all right? Especially because we are still in a recession, okay? Um, I had expected price, it sold, all right? Came back and retested on this resistance and on this trend line. So a lot of people would have opted in for sells on this NFP today. But I was looking at the outer structure as well, and the outer structure is telling me that okay, we have this very, very, very strong support zone. Okay, and so even though we can have a selling opportunity over here, we can still head up for buys on NFP because we have a very strong support that has failed, that was failed to be broken the whole entire week. Okay, so now looking on the 5 minute time frame, we also had this trend line right over here. We also had this trend line over here. Okay, we have our first touch and we have our second touch. Okay, and what this had done is it had now formed a support. Okay, it has now formed a support. All right, because if you had to look at the lows, all right, because like I said, we are on a very strong support. Okay, if you go back to the outer structure, we have a very, very strong support. All right. And so then when price came back to respect this support, we are now changing trends and we are now in a buying trend. Okay. We made a lower low. Now we made a higher high, lower high, higher high. Okay. So we were basically in a buying trend. And what I had expected was that what I had actually suspected what I had actually suspected and was waiting for was that when we had this trend line right over here, this trend line, right, we could have added more confidence by making a support on this lower high. Because this was our lower low. Now we are making a higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high. Okay. And on this lower high, this created a support that price respected later on, right over here. Okay, so then there was another confirmation for a buy. All right, that price could buy somewhere in this area. All right, could buy somewhere in this area. Let alone we had this resistance. We had this resistance as well, this resistance where price had retested. This now became our new area of interest because now we were targeting price in this area, this whole entire area right over here. This whole entire area over here now had become our new area of interest because now we are targeting price in this area. Okay, if I could just hide the moving arrow so you guys could see more clearly. All right, this is our area of interest in this area. This is now our area of interest because now we're trying to see what price will do from now on in that area. So after making this our support, I decided that I'm gonna set a buying position, all right? And I'm gonna buy US30 on today's NFP. And to further add more confidence, all right, this is our lowest low so far. And after here, price changed the trend and bought, all right, making this higher highs, these lower highs, and higher highs. I then decided to use Fibonacci, all right, on this trend. Okay, I then decided to use Fibonacci because now we had set a new trend, a buying trend. And what we do with Fibonacci is we put it at the most recent um higher high or lower low, depending what trend you're in, if it's a lower high or higher high, depending on the trend you're in. But I decided to use it at the start of the trend because we're in a consolidation. I decided to use it at the start of the trend. And what it had signaled is that price would rebound somewhere in these areas, this green line and this blue line over here, okay? The 0.618 and the 0.786. And what price had perfectly done, is that price actually came back on the 0.618 and then from there gave this huge, 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 huge impulsive run to the upside. Okay, and that is how I caught today's NFP trade. All right, this was a very, very was quite a very tricky pair to trade today, but we made it out regardless. Okay, it just came down to psychology. Okay, whether you trusted your analysis enough to have the trade play out for you. But this was honestly a very good trade today. Very, very good. That was how I caught the US30 move today for NFP. We were in a consolidation, but regardless, we still had caught this move. And I actually had given out this, um, I gave out this trade on our signals group. I'm not sure if I can connect the phone over here, but we gave out these trades on the signals group, and everybody caught this trade, and we gave out the signal. And today I was actually giving out for free. I gave it out in the free Telegram group, and this trade played out well. Okay, we used Fibonacci. Okay, we had we had two major support zones, this zone and this one over here, and everything was just pointing out for a buy. We did have some silent confirmations here and there, but I felt like buys were much stronger, okay, because it comes down to probability as well. And we had probability, a more higher probability of price buying than price selling, okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will upload a forecast for the upcoming week, perhaps on Saturday, tomorrow, or Sunday, and I'll give you guys a rundown of what I expect for the week um, next week. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you guys have different ideas or something that you guys would like me to make a video on, feel free to DM me. But if you guys really like this video, please subscribe and like and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.